Good day everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, we're on the ZXspectrum. We're looking at a game which might be a stinker, I don't know. It's E.T., published by Macronics Systems in 1983. It's a port from the terrible Atari 2600 game, which is so bad that they buried it because they produced too many copies. There's E.T. on the right there, so something's going on. It's based on the film E.T. the Terrestrial, as I walk around. This is awful already. Based on E.T. the Terrestrial from 1982, directed by Steven Spielberg. It looks like the film was on a much higher budget than the game itself. E.T. is stranded on Earth and he must try and escape. So what we got to do here, walk around this. The game's over several levels. I think this is programmed in BASIC looking at this, and the top left my energy is going down. Maybe I have to bump into these. Oh, here we go. Where are we going? Right, okay, so we have to explore these caverns, and if there's nothing in here, like this one, we have to press a button to get out again. I think some kind of teleport. So what button is that? I'm sure I can get out eventually. Come on, E.T. Right, I'm off, I think. God, what a bad game already. Now, the film starred Henry Thomas as Elliot and Drew Barrymore as Gertie Elliot's sister. I don't think they are in this one. And the voice of E.T. Oh, there's something here. The voice of E.T. was by Pat Welsh or Patricia Welsh. E.T. phone home. Her voice was better than that. Patricia Welsh, I think, also supplied a voice for one of the characters in Return of the Jedi. I think it's Bosch, I think something like that. Anyway, so the game's quite exciting so far. There's a suite for me to get, or a bit of a ship. But I think this game, we must assemble a device so we can phone home. Part of it is a speak and spell. But at the moment, it's just a very badly drawn graphic, and we keep jumping down these caverns, which are more or less the same every time. This game is hopeless. Let's bury it again. If you're watching the channel live as these go up, we recently reviewed Eddie Kidd's Jump Challenge, which I wasn't a great fan of, the playability, but compared to this one, it's looking pretty advanced. This is so annoying. If I'd been bought this as a kid back in the day, I would have been horrified. This is an absolute pig of a game. If we get off level 1, great. I'm not sure we're going to, though. What energy now has changed the word energia? It's gone Spanish all of a sudden. Why? Yes, there is a story behind the Atari 2600 version. So bad, no one bought it, or they produced too many copies and it had to be buried in landfill. I think it's worth quite a bit of money now if you have one, but I don't know why they ported it over to the ZXspectrum. It's terrible. 1983, Macronics Systems. Awful, awful game. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. But watch the film instead. The film is good. It was the highest grossing film for quite some time, before being maybe about 10 or 11 years before having that record stolen or knocked off by Jurassic Park, which is pretty nifty. I don't think there's any Jurassic Park games on the ZXspectrum as far as I'm aware. I have to be honest with you, I'm not sure how much I can endure of this. There's a score up the top there telling us what we've actually got. But I think we just need to explore all the caverns, so there's a bit of grinding involved. And try and remember probably which ones we've been to, and I've forgotten already which ones I've been to, because they're staying black coloured. Look, they should have gone red or something, so we know which one's which. And it's definitely saying energy at the start, wasn't it? And it's changed to energia as it's redrawn it, taken from the Spanish code. We'll try and hack into the program afterwards then, because I believe it's written in BASIC, so I should probably just hit D and break space. I'll be quite relieved when my energy runs out here. What we've got here is nothing. So it's basically falling into caves, and if there's an object, picking it up. That's it. Yeah, I would not have played this much as a kid. To be honest with you, I might have even taped over it. It is that bad. How you can get away with it as a game, I do not know. Even as a type-in, I'd be disappointed. On a cover disc, or cover tape, maybe, if there's a few other things there. But, you know, I don't know if they have the gall to actually release this. Now, I often say my favourite era of computer games from between 1980 and 83, the early 80s, but we'll make an exception on this one. I'm certainly not feeling this at all. It's a stinker. It stinks massively. Unfortunately, E.T. has perished due to lack of energy. Oh no. E.T.'s gone red. Yeah. I don't know. Who's the hardest person to draw? Well, I once drew Barrymore. Ha ha ha! Yeah, that joke was just about as bad as this game, or it might be even slightly better. Henry Thomas played Idiot, or Elliot, or one of the two. I've reviewed, just trying to think of other E.T. themed games we've reviewed. This is by far the worst. I think there's one on the Game Boy Advance, which was better, but I don't think it was stunning. There was a pretty good pinball table, Pinball FX3 on the PlayStation 4, if you want to check that one out. That's probably the best E.T. related game I played then. Pinball E.T. I think it was a Universal pack, that, so it also come with Jaws and Back to the Future trilogy, so that was good. That Back to the Future table was good. Oh, that was a different object. Maybe that's a part of the device we need to create. Now, once you've explored all the caves and get everything you need to, you will go on to the next stage, which is, I think I've seen some screenshots. They're basically all maze orientated, so they don't get a great deal more exciting than this. And this is pretty much where your game is. Once you've completed it, if you've got the stamina to even do so, there's no real reason to go back to it. There's no real reason to go back to it even if you played it for 10 seconds, to be fair. Annoying sounds, terrible gameplay, mystifying gameplay, instructions aren't brilliant, which is a shame because the movie was absolutely awesome. No one can forget that scene where Elliot was on his bike with E.T. in the basket and all his friends took off on flight, and Elliot went across the moon as a silhouette. That's a great bit of the movie, but isn't encompassed in this game at all. E.T. the Extra Terrestrial, E.T. the Extra Landfill, and it should have stayed as Landfill. If you like this game, then I can only presume that you have no other games, got no knowledge of games at all. But, you know, there's billions of people out there. Someone might love the thing. I don't know what other games, we've probably reviewed some, but I don't know immediately what other games Macronics made, Macronics Systems. Hopefully they're a bit better than this, but this is hardly them in their glory. It looks like something maybe that Tynesoft would have put out. And every game I reviewed so far by Tynesoft has stunk badly, but I'm sure there's a good one somewhere. Right, there's another object. Is that going to give us extra energy, or is that a bit of a device of phoning home? I bet when E.T. did phone home, they had the answer machine on. Sorry, we can't speak right now. Get back to us. And then his battery ran out. Right, 3-4 it says. Energia. We've got footsteps going on. We might have been in this one before. We might not have done. Yeah, see, I'm going around I'm going to caverns I've already gone to now. I can't remember any of these dots what I've been to. Sometimes they're going in different places. Who knows? I haven't been in this one because there's a suite or something. Good. Exciting gameplay, eh? Brilliant. Needs a car chase in, or at least something. We gotta get out of this place. If it's the last thing we ever do, we gotta stop playing E.T. because this game is a load of poo. Yeah, it is true. It is as well. I tell you, that's being kind to the thing. I don't think Steven Spielberg had this game in mind when he done this. Imagine if the movie was inspired by this game rather than the other way around. There's a hell of a drop of quality from the movie to this. Hell of a drop. How did they get the license for this? It's an official game. Curses. A port of the Atari 2600 game, which we haven't reviewed as of yet, but it's only a matter of time. It's a maze game of sorts, a strategy game of sorts. It feels more like torture. If you was locked in a room and forced to play this for 24 hours, it won't be a long time before you've gone completely stark raving mad. And yeah, just pleading for something else. Maybe put on the rack instead. That's a medieval form of torture, then. Wouldn't recommend it. Right, let's just try another few of these. I feel like I've been playing this for 6 million years. The review probably feels like it's been going on since the dinosaur times. Yeah, maybe we should... Energy's almost run out. It looks like energy of 1 energy... Oh, unfortunately, E.T. has perished due to lack of energy. Thank God for that. But unfortunately, he died with a sweet taste in his mouth as you managed to retrieve 6 pieces of candy. Well, that was well worth it. So E.T. didn't find home, but he did find 6 pieces of candy. Right, stop statement. I said no to continue, so you can probably see the programme if you want to. So I'm not that scared about people stealing it, because it's, well, basic. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that. I sure didn't like playing it, and I won't be playing it again. Terrible, terrible, terrible game. That was E.T. on the ZXspectrum, published by Macronics Systems in 1983. Got any comments about this game, similar games, E.T., this program, or anything at all, then please comment below. You're always more than welcome. I love hearing what you think about the game. Well, that's a bit of an interesting program. Until next time, take great care of yourself, and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.